Come on, kryptonite, baby. Look at it. Forget it. It's over. It's all over. Dan, tough man. That's it, kryptonite. Come on, kryptonite. You can win this race. Come on, kryptonite. Come on, number one. Hang in there. Come on, number one. Let's go. Yeah, he bet the fucking horse. He bet kryptonite. Give me the tickets. Yeah, but Sonny, we're winning. You can't win. Mush bet kryptonite. Fucking cheats. Come on, you're the boss, number one. You're 5 minutes in the lead. Come on, we've been mushed. Come on, kryptonite. Come on. Hang in there, guys. You're the boss. Come on, one. Fucking bit of cute. Hang in there. Come on, one. You can still do it. Come on, one. Come on, kryptonite. Come on, number one. You can start kryptonite. Come on, hang in there. Hang in there. Come on, take it home. Come on, hang in there. Hang in there. Hang in there. No! Shit! What? Fucking close. Fucking believe it.
See, I got a tip in the next race for you.
Oh, fuck yourself.
Oh, you get very emotional.
Monday night, 2 games. Dolphins at Titans. I almost took the Dolphins, but who's the quarterback? No one knows. I didn't know that Skylar Thompson got hurt, and they brought in this guy named Tim Boyle. Never heard of him. But they actually moved the ball, but they couldn't score. He fumbled the ball. Something happened. They stopped them on downs, and then that was the end of that. Titans are a train wreck. They're horrible. They're just a disaster. We have a Mush where I work at. His name is, we even call him Mush. He likes it. He has his nickname. Mush can't pick a winner to save his life. In the movie The Bronx Tale, every time hey, I got horse number 6. And then there's a little kid named C. Yeah, we got number 6 too. And he goes, throw your ticket away. Why? He's winning. You've been Mush. We're going to lose. And the boss gets up on a certain, they all follow the boss and walk out in the middle of the horse race because Mush has got ticket number 6 too. Come on, number 6. And next thing you know, he's in last place. And the kid goes, damn, they were right. And the guy goes, you've been mushed. They were playing craps in the basement of some New York tenement in the Bronx Tale. And he keeps throwing snake eyes and threes, and he keeps crapping at it. And he was so much of a loser, they put him in the bathroom with the other loser. But he's a big fat old guy. Aaron Mush is picking the Dolphins. So when he said, I love the Dolphins, they're good, they gotta win, they're 1-2, they gotta win. You know, they can't fall behind. He actually made some good statements, but no matter what, he cannot pick a winner. He used to win the booby prize when we had the pool for the most losers, and he would get every game wrong. I mean, how do you do that? But his nickname is Mush. I can't give you his real name one. He might sue me. He's that kind of a guy. So he likes the Dolphins. I'm passing the game just because of him. That doesn't sound logical, but it's kind of funny. I hope I don't have egg on my face, but we'll see. Good evening. I'm your host, Jack Remington of the Jack Remington NFL channel. Didn't do too good last week, 2 wins, 3 losses. If we had not removed the Eddie Mush game, then we got a guy at work, and his nickname is Eddie Mush. Some strange, odd reason he likes being called that. He got the Miami game wrong, hosting Tennessee runner all over him. The Huntley guy, that quarterback they snuck in there in Miami, he had Tyreek Hill on 2 things that I saw. Wide open. If he catches that ball in stride, he score a touchdown. Got him back in the game, but he missed the overthrow twice. That I saw. My coworker, I can't give you his real name because I'm afraid he'll sue me. He had the Tampa Bay Buccaneer game the other night on Thursday night. We were at work. But Mush was there, and he goes, I got that Tampa Bay. I got $130 money line. And I actually thought maybe he's going to get one right. When Tampa Bay was up by 10 points with a few minutes to go, and Kirk Cousins of the Falcons tied that game up and went to overtime, won the point toss, and went right down the field and scored a touchdown. And Eddie Mush, that look on his face, he just, like the Wile E. Coyote with the sign, help me. He's getting pushed off the cliff, that look on his face. He had that look on his face. It's so funny. I should put that video up here for Wile E. Coyote. I can't believe the Atlanta Falcons and that awful offense. They scored 16 points in a row. Okay, Mush, whatever, you know. We're going to have a Eddie Mush game every week because this guy, and so he's 0 for 7 with his best bets this year. He uses some of the Thursday night games for some of his best bets. His best bet for this week was the Bucks. He lost that one, but now he's going to come back with it. He can't, hey, I got a best bet for this week, so we just forget that he had Thursday. Okay, what do you got? And we'll get to that Eddie Mush game. So for now on, we're going to have an Eddie Mush game. And so far for this year in 2024 season, he's 0 for 7 so far. Sooner or later, he's got to get a game right. I mean, what do you think? First game for us, We're 2 wins and 3 losses. I'll make one comment about my record so far with pregame.com, the soup contest, the fish tank simulator. 2 of our wins were with Jacksonville. We'll get to Jacksonville in a bit. First game we're taking the New York Jets. Just end the season. We're taking the 2.5 points designated road team, even though they were playing in London or England or the United Kingdom. The Vikings are 4-0. They're fat and happy. They only play head-to-head every 3 or 4 years. They get cycled in and out. Yeah, every 4 years. Minnesota's won the last 3. So, but the team's changed so much, I don't think it really matters that much. Going back to the matchup real quick here. Injuries, nothing to note. They both got a decent injury report where very few players are listed, but both Aaron Rodgers and Sam Darnold they're on the injury report. It says knee injury. And it looks like they're both going to play. But I'm here to tell you, and I'm warning you about this Sam Darnold. Don't ever think he's Tom Brady or Peyton Manning or Drew Brees or Ben Roethlisberger. He's not. I could beat him in a quarterback competition. I'll come out of retirement. I mean, this guy would look so bad when he was with the Jets. He looked so horrible that I cannot believe they put a uniform on him. I mean, it was just, he was like, I don't know if he was drunk. I don't know if he was high. I don't know if he was mad, pissed off at the coach. He couldn't throw a spiral 5 yards. And he missed his receiver. I mean, it was just horrible. This guy doesn't belong in the NFL. But there he is. Minnesota's got him now. Maybe they're trying to make something out of him. We're taking the Jets. Okay, next game. I just don't like Sam Darnold. I don't think he's any good. Buffalo Bills at Houston Texans. Pretty decent matchup here. Both teams were 3-1. Buffalo's 2-2 against the spreads, where Houston is 0-3-1 against the spread. A little concerning with that, but that's okay. It's still early. And they're making this C.J. Stroud a great hero. He's not, but he's good enough for what he's doing for now. Head-to-head, mix and match over the last 10 years. Although they did play in 2021, their last meeting, and Buffalo beat them 40-0. I don't know if it's going to be a factor or not. Looking at the injuries real quick, they both look like a hospital bombing. Buffalo's look like 13 players. I think Houston's got 18. So they both got injuries. But Houston's got the bigger key injuries. They're all-pro tackle Larry Tunsil. He's injured ankle, and he's probably not going to play. They got the linebacker Hansen is questionable with the back. Defensive tackle Hinish with a calf injury. Defensive end Horton questionable. He's got illness. I don't know if he's got COVID or I don't know what happened. Defensive end Hughes out with a hip. He's got a hip injury. He's not playing at all. I think Buffalo's healthier on the defensive lines and ups on both sides of the ball. And I think they got Josh Allen. And I had Buffalo as one of my losers. That's on me. I thought they could beat the Ravens, but I guess they couldn't. And they got back in the game. There was a busted play. Josh Allen threw some kind of big air ball. I thought it was going to get picked off, but the guy caught it and got down to like the 3-yard line. A couple plays later, he scored. Got him back in the game. But guess what? And they had held Baltimore scores for quite some time. And then for a quarter and a half, the defense was playing well. Then Baltimore got the ball back and they just scored. And they scored again. And the wheels came off in the fourth quarter, which is unusual for a Buffalo team. But this coach, though, and he went for it on 4th and inches deep in his territory and got it, and they were down on the 45-yard line. 4th and 1, he punts. Just McDermott, he makes some strange calls. I'm not saying they were going to win the game, but I'm saying I did notice that. I'm seeing that again. So I'm not sure what Buffalo's future is going to be. Many people, including Steve Fezzik, they got Buffalo as like the number 2 team in the NFL, but even though they lost to Baltimore, they didn't drop them in the rating any. I dropped them in my ratings. Okay, but we're taking Buffalo this week. They should be able to beat the Houston Texans. Josh Allen's better than C.J. Stroud. Next game is the Indianapolis Colts at Jacksonville Jaguars. 2 of our 7 wins, we got Jacksonville. They haven't won a game, but they've covered twice, and we got both their cover. We actually picked this one team right. We won by half a point in week 1 when they were at Miami. They lost the game, but they covered by half a point. That's my only win in week 1. Doug Peterson, the coach for the Jacksonville, he threw his team under the bus again for a second straight week. I'm hearing bits and pieces and rumors that they've quit on him. Steve Fezzik says his bet of the week, he's taking Jacksonville. He thinks Jacksonville's not going to fall to 0-5. Well, I think Jacksonville could fall to 0-5. Their team has quit on them. Are the Colts looking ahead? They're at Tennessee next week, and Jacksonville's next game, they're at Chicago. No, they're not looking ahead. They'll be focused on this game, but I think the Colts got Joe Flacco. I told you about the clip. I saw Joe Flacco on the goal line take that ball, and 95. He won the contest between a couple other quarterbacks. The thing landed the other side's 5-yard line. I mean, he's got a rocket arm, and I thought he was a pretty good quarterback. And look at it for Cleveland last year, and then Cleveland gets rid of him. These Cleveland clowns, I mean, it's like they're trying to lose. We're taking the Colts in generous 3 points. The Colts are, they're 3-1 against the spread. I just think Colts know that they got a winnable game, and I think they're going to do it. Next game, we got, this is the one I caught the most heat about with my coworkers, including Mush. It's Miami Dolphins at New England Patriots. Now, historically, even including the Tom Brady years, Miami always split. It just seems to split with this team. And even though they were 14-2, when they had Tom Brady and won the Super Bowl and he beat the Rams and everything, their 2 losses, one was the Buffalo Bills at home that lost 16-0 week 3 or 19-0 week 3. A horrible game, and Brady was suspended for 4 games, and Miami got him. But Miami almost beat them twice. They took them to overtime. Miami almost beats them twice. So Miami's owned this team. They've won the last 7 out of 10. They got them twice last year. They split the year before, twice the year before, split the year before, and split the year before, and twice the year before that. So I'll go back 6 years. They've won the last 8 out of 12 games against New England. Some teams own other teams, and the Dolphins is it. Now, they just got creamed the Eddie Mush game by Tennessee, okay? Can they bounce back? Let's take a look at the injuries. Both of them got 17 players on the list. And I went through it earlier, pretty much equal. No big standouts. I just think we're getting the point. Just got to win the game. Yeah, I think Miami can bounce back here after an embarrassing loss. New England, I just think they're done. It's just a rebuild year. Okay, let's talk about the next game. The Denver Broncos minus 2.5. The Eddie Mush game is New York Giants plus 6 at Seattle. So Eddie Mush, that's his game of the week. 2 games of the week in the same week. We'll just let Eddie Mush think he's tricking us. He's taking New York Giants plus 6 at Seattle. So we're scratching that game. We're not taking that game. So I got to pick a game. I decided I'll take a favorite. I haven't had a favorite covered this year. This is week 5 coming up. I have never had a season I can ever remember where I didn't have one favorite win the game for us in any contest. And this is the worst start I've ever had that I can remember. So we're going to bounce back. We're up for the challenge. We're going to take a favorite here. We're going to take the Denver Broncos minus 3. I'm sorry, minus 2.5. Here, it's up to 3 right now on the live line here. We're on the Fishang, the soup contest, the Hilton Simulator. It's Broncos minus 2.5. And look up the matchup. Head-to-head, 8. They've won the last 9 out of 10. They got them twice last year. They got them twice the year before, although one of them was in overtime at Denver. Twice the year before that. Twice the year before that. So the last 4 years, the Raiders have beaten the Broncos twice in 4 years in a row. In 2019, they split. The Broncos won 16-15 at Denver the last week of the season. When they opened and closed the bookender season, which is rare. The Raiders beat them at Las Vegas 24-16. Injuries. Let's take a look. Okay, Denver has 4 players on its injured list. Las Vegas Raiders has 18 players. And they got some key players on this 18-player list. Going down the list here, they got running back Zach White. He's out, the groin injury. Crosby, the defensive end. Questionable ankle, and I think he missed last week, didn't he? But they still beat the Cleveland Clowns. They got some problems. Strange thing about the Broncos, they opened the season, they're at Seattle. They lost 20-6, but they did cover the point spread by half a point. They got 2 safeties in that game against Seattle. They still lost. Then they're home against Pittsburgh. They lost 13-6. Okay. They were 2.5-point dogs and didn't cover. And that was the only game they haven't covered. They've covered every other game. They go at Tampa Bay and beat them 26-7, covered a 6-point spread. And they were just at the New York Jets in that rainstorm, beat them 10-9. Clicking on the Jets game, they sacked the Jets 5 times. The Jets didn't get them 1 time. I mean, that's a surprising stat. I would never expected to think that the Denver offensive line could stop that New York Jets supposed great defense or whatever. Jets are number 4 in sacks this year. They didn't get any against Broncos last week. Very strange. I know Sean Payton is a good coach, and I've talked about him many times. And the Waltons had to pay him his price. What would it take for you to come out of retirement? And so the story goes. He goes, I want X, Y, Z. They gave it to him. I don't think the story I heard, there was no negotiation. They said, okay, pay him. And he's done an okay job, if you want to really call it that. But they got a 70-burger home run against the Dolphins last year. Tyreek Hill was running right over on top of him. And he fixed that. But still, Sean Payton was actually supposed to be a defensive type disciple guru, but when he was with the Saints, he had Drew Brees in the offense. Now he's a little bit of offense in the Broncos ball. I'm not sure how to word this right. He's a terrible husband. He's just got some bad shit about him in the news about his personal life. But he's a good football coach. I just think Sean Payton is, he's the top 5, if not higher, the top 3 NFL coach. I mean, I think he's got the skill. I think he's turned the team around. I mean, the Broncos were terrible when he got this team. To come off like this and go on 2 road games and beat 2 good teams like this, I mean, that's showing me something. So I've made worse bets. So I'll take the Broncos minus 2.5. And our Eddie Mush game of the week is the New York Giants +6. They're at Seattle. When you lose that game, just tear up your ticket like that. You've been mushed. Stay tuned for the next video. Thank you. Always great day to be an American. Long live the NFL. Enjoy the games. I won't be able to watch the game Sunday. I got to work. I called him to work. I'm going to take a mini vacation with my wife tomorrow and our new dog Charlie. So I won't be able to watch the games, but maybe I can sneak in a halftime here and there. Take care. I'll see you next week. Thank you.